All right, we're back today with properties of equality. Continuing on our high school math review. Today, let's start with addition property of equality. All right, so when you add the same number on each side of the equation, the two sides remain equal. So, for instance, like I said, if you have a 6 right here and you have a 6 here and you add a 4 to both sides, then 10 equals 10, right? So if it's one of those things in algebra, what we had is that if you have a -5 and you want to move it to this side of the equal sign, you have to add a 5 to both sides, right? What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. The same is true with the subtraction property of equality. When you subtract the same number from each side of the equation, right? So if you have +3 that you want to move to this side of the equation, subtract the 3 from both sides, and you end up with y minus 2. All right, same thing happens with multiplication and division. What you do to one side, you undo the other. If you have division, you undo it with multiplication, and if you have multiplication, you undo it with division. If you hear the movie in the background, my students are watching Hidden Figures as part of their final in literacy in the classroom. So if you hear somebody yelling in the background, it is the movie. So here's the example one. Right, example one, where we have c minus 3 equals -2. We add a 3 to both sides, and that is c. That becomes a 0, so it cancels, equals 1. All right, so here we have d divided by 5 equals 7. And again, you would multiply this 5 by both sides. 5, see, that cancels. It doesn't really cancel. It's 5 over 5, which is 1. So this ends up being 1d. So it's just a d equals 7 times 5, which is 35. All right, so let's take a look at some of these. Let's try to do a little bit of all. So subtracting a 6, I add a 6. H is 8. Dividing a 3, I multiply by a 3. And that is j equals 27. Subtract an 8. And that is k equals -17. And divide the 4. And I get m equals 3. All right. So that is just some examples on how to do this. Here are the remaining examples that you can practice. All right. Thank you.